Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
What's up guys, I'm Andy from 1A Auto. In this video I'm going to remove and reinstall this door lock actuator on this 2013 Cadillac SRX. If you need parts for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1AAuto.com. I'm just going to take a trim tool. We're going to remove this plate right here where the window switches. Just pry up under here. I'm going to pry up over here as well. There's some clips under here that hold it on. Pull that up. Pull that up. There's those clips. There's one there, a couple right there, one in the front. We'll disconnect these connectors. Just push down on the lock tab, pull the connector out. Same with this one. Pull that one out. Here we have two Phillips head screws. We'll just use a Phillips head screwdriver. Take these two screws out. Now I'm going to take another trim tool. We have to release all these clips around the perimeter of the door. I'm going to start on the front. So as a release, grab the door panel and just slide it up. Now we need to release the inside door cable. There's a little latch right here. I'm gonna lift up on the latch and slide out the cable and twist it to the side. Pull up on the little ball. That's the little latch that you gotta lift up on and pull it out. And then there's a connector right here. Disconnect the connector. I'm just gonna push these little tabs right here. Then there's a little handle. Slide the handle like that. You can grab the connector and wiggle it out. There we go. Pull the cable out. Disconnect the door. Now I'm gonna take this vapor barrier off. I'm just gonna take a utility blade. We actually sell this at 1AAuto.com. We wanna just cut this adhesive right here. Just trim it. It's gonna re-secure it once we decide to go back together. But we'll just trim it, makes it removing it easier. And sometimes it'll just pull right off. Set it aside. All right, now I'm going to tape the window up. Just take some masking tape, go over the window. This way the window won't fall when I disconnect the regulator. Just going to put one more piece. If it's thicker masking tape, normally I do about 3 pieces, but this is pretty thin, so I'll just do that. I'm going to take a 10mm socket, an extension, and a ratchet. I'm going to loosen up these nuts right here. This one here, and also through that little hole there. That's what attaches the regulator to the window. And right there. All right, so after loosening those 2 nuts just a little bit, you only have to loosen them about 2 or 3 turns. Then I'm gonna hook up the door panel because I wanna lower the regulator down a little bit. The window is gonna stay in the same position, but the regulator will come down a little. Just reconnect that connector there. Then we only need to connect this connector here. Just like that. Now I'm gonna take the key and I'm gonna put the car in auxiliary mode. Just hold down on the button for a little bit. About 10 seconds. And then I'm gonna take the window control switch. I'm just gonna push down on the window, and that's gonna lower the two mounting brackets that hold the window on. Now I can take the vehicle out of auxiliary mode. Just push the button again, remove the key. Now I'll disconnect this window switch. Just like that. And we'll disconnect the electrical connector right here. Slide that out. Now we can disconnect this electrical connector to the motor, to the window motor. Just push down on that tab, slide it down. Just push on that. I'll take a 10mm socket, extension, and a ratchet. I'll loosen up a bolt here, here. These two I'm just gonna loosen. The two bottom ones I'm gonna take out. Loosen that one up. Loosen this one up. Just a couple turns. That's good. And I'll take this one out as well. Now I can grab the regulator. I'm just gonna slide up. Pull that bolt out that way. The bolt's gonna do the same on this side. Just go through there. I'm gonna move the regulator all the way back here. Just slide it out this way. And this back channel, I'm just gonna slide this out just like that. All right, we're just gonna disconnect this wiring harness right here. I'll just use a trim tool. There's just a retainer that holds it, a clip. Pull that off, and there's a clip right here. Just gonna use some needle nose, squeeze this, push that clip in. I'm gonna take this bracket off. There's a bracket that goes right here. That's actually the window track. All right, I'm actually gonna take these 10mm bolts out. Take that one out, and then take this bottom one out as well. So we're not going to remove this completely, we're just going to move it out of our way a little bit. We can access right here, this little clip right here. There's a retainer that holds the rod in. That comes from the door, outside door handle to the latch, door latch. I'm just going to grab the latch right here on the inside and pry out. Sometimes it's pretty difficult. All right, now I'm just gonna take a 90-degree pick, go underneath this retainer right here, and pry it out. That'll release. Disconnect the rod. And then there's a rod up here that goes to the door lock. It's over on the handle side. So now I'm just gonna push on that rod toward the outside of the door. That's the rod that goes from the lock cylinder for the outside door handle to the door latch. Okay, there's an electrical connector right here. I'm going to disconnect that. I'm just going to use a little pick, and there is a lever on the top that needs to go up. And I'll show you once the lever goes up, then I can slide the connector out. Now, this is how the lever was while it's in there. Just took the pick, went underneath here, just slide that up. As that slides up, the connector slides out, and just pull it out all the way. And we're gonna remove these 3 screws. I'm gonna use a T30 and a ratchet. Take these out, just loosen them all up first. grab the latch from the inside and pull the last screw out. I can remove this rubber grommet right here. Just slide that out of the way. Slide that over the lock rod. And we can just take this, slide it down, slide the lock rod into the door. Slide the latch over to here. You can slide it out. I'm going to take this latch actuator, just slide this way. I'm going to twist it a little bit while it's in there. Get this lock rod through there. And slide it up. Get that in position there. And get those holes to line up right there. Take some of the bolts, get those started. I'll take a T30 and just tighten these bolts down. I'll do it by hand first, get them snug, and then we'll snug them up with a ratchet. Now the lock rod that goes to the lock cylinder, I'm going to reposition that. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but I need to line it up with where the lock cylinder retainer is, and then slide it towards the inside of the vehicle, lock it in place just like that. And this other rod that goes to the actual handle, which when you go to open the door, you need to put that in position in this retainer. This yellow retainer right here. Get that in position. And they're gonna latch that closed. Next we'll take this wiring harness. There's a little retainer that goes on this window slide. Just send that through that retainer right there. Position the window slide so the holes line up. Just get those to line up there. I'm going to connect this electrical connector. Just slide it in position, and then you push down on the lock it in place. Now I'll take these 10mm bolts, get this started. This side, this is just for the window channel. Get this one started as well. I'll take a 10mm socket, extension, and ratchet. We'll tighten these up. Snug that up, and we'll do the same for this one. I'm going to reinstall this rubber cover right here. This little rubber plug go right in there. I'm going to slide this cable out here. Make sure it's on the inside of the wiring harness. This wiring harness is going to go into this retainer clip right here. Lock that back in there. Lock this one in here. All right, we're going to take the window regulator, just slide it down here. Grab it like this. And this side, just slide it in like this. Now we want to position these 10mm bolts through here, just like that. And same with this one. You want to make sure it's in front of the glass when you're doing it, or behind on this side of the glass. And then when we do that, we're going to take these bolts and we'll get these started. There's one down here as well. Get these all lined up. And this one too. Now I'll take my 10mm socket and extension and ratchet, and I'll snug these down. Those are all nice and tight. I'll connect this electrical connector right there, lock it in place. We're gonna tighten these bolts to 89 inch-pounds. We'll use a 10mm socket and a torque wrench. Make sure you're on inch-pounds. So I need to reconnect the door panel and the switch so that I can have these window mounts re-secure to the window. So I'll just connect the connector right here and lock it in place. Just connect this gray connector. Just like that. Now we're gonna take the key. We're gonna put the car in auxiliary mode. Just hold down the switch for a minute, about 10 seconds. Now I can take the window switch and move up so that the brackets line up with the window. Make sure they're on there properly. Might have to go down a little bit. Watch your fingers when you're doing this. You want to be careful. And those look like they're all the way up. So I'm just going to turn the key off. Before I disconnect all that, I am going to tighten those two nuts. Tighten that one, and then we'll tighten this one. I'm going to use a torque wrench and use a 10mm socket, and I'm going to torque these nuts to 98 inch-pounds. Make sure you're on inch-pounds, not foot-pounds. Tighten that one. Tighten that one as well. Just going to remove this connector right here. Slide that out. We'll reinstall this vapor barrier. I'm going to take this cable. I'm going to go through this little hole right here. Slide this into position. This goes underneath this lock rod over here. Try to get these holes to line up first, and you can kind of judge where it goes. There's a little plug that goes there. And that's gonna stick nice. Before I install the door panel, I'm just gonna take this tool and remove this clip, just like that. And I'll just slide this into the door panel right here, just like that. We'll take the door panel, connect the connector, line that up, lock it in place. And we'll take the cable. This cable's gonna slide in here first. It's gonna come over here and then lock in place like that. I'll take this lock rod, slide it through the door panel. Push the door panel on, just like that. Kind of got to slip the top part in. Just like that. And then we can snap in all these snaps that go around the door panel. Make sure that lines up good. These two Phillips head screws. Screw these in. I'll get them started first before I tighten them down. And tighten them down. Just snug. Take this window switch, plug the mirror switch in first. And then plug the window switch in. And line up the connector. Line up the pins and push it down. At this point, I can take the tape off. All right, at this point, we need to relearn the window, where the window position is for the automatic windows. We're gonna take the key, turn the key into accessory mode, just hold down the button for about 10 seconds. Now I'm gonna hold the window button in the down position for about 5 seconds once the window is all the way down. Then I'm gonna go in the up position, hold it in the up position. Once it hits the top, I'm gonna hold it in the up position for about 5 seconds. And then the window should have been learned. And it goes down automatically. And now it goes up automatically.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.